Larry, this event just keeps rolling on. It's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you too.
What does it mean that the community continues to support literally everything you do? I feel like when you show up, people show up.
I don't know if that's the case all the
you know
time.
it's the
No, but I do feel it. You know, it's I think they understand that the community is really important to me. They also understand how important the community is to them, and when they see that synergy, I think people, respond. And I have that same feeling when I see other people doing great things. I want to be a part of it. I want to be supportive of it. Like we got the Wish Ball coming up here soon, and other celebrity fight nights, and a lot of great events here in town that raise a bunch of money for worthy causes. And it's nice to be in a place where people rally behind great initiatives.
Why is it important to stay here and to be in this community as involved as you are?
It's just home. I have my kids here. I've been here for over 20 years, and
we don't leave.
No,
we arrive and we don't leave.
I'm not going anywhere. This is a place that I want to be forever. I just love just the like-hearted, like-mindedness of the people in this community, and even looking at like last week at Waste Management, the millions and millions of dollars that the Thunderbirds raise, for local charities and continue to do every single year. Like to be a part of organizations like that, that's what makes it all worthwhile for me.
How about the Larry chants? No matter where you go, you hear him at the Phoenix Open. You showed up at a football game for the first time in a while, and they showed you for like 5 seconds. And I swear for the next 5 minutes, all we heard was Larry, 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 which was good to hear in the stadium because we haven't heard it in a while.
No, it was fun to get out to a game. That was my second home game I've been to. My kids were on me like, Dad, the Buccaneers are coming to town. Tom Brady might be his last year, so I was like, okay, we gotta go. So we went to that game. I think that was 2 or 3 years ago, or 2 years ago when Tom was out here. So it was always good to get back. And Michael was kind enough to invite me out, and my son was being honored for, Nike Next One. So it was great to be back in the building and see all of the new innovative things the Cardinals have done. Jeremy and the team over there, with the Morgan Club and the new suites, over there on the family room and the end zone suites, and this is just so cool what they're doing and making the experience much better for the fans.
When you look at that field, what do you think of? Do you remember moments?
Oh yeah, I remember moments, a lot of different moments, and I remember experiences and conversations. I played I don't know how many games there, 100 plus games, so a lot of great memories, a lot of not so great memories, and but it was great to be back there. It always is.
What are your top 5 favorite moments on the field? You had to think back.
Ooh, man, that's a really tough one. Well, to win in the NFC Championship game was definitely the best. Standing up there with Mr. Bidwell holding the trophy, and being up there with Carlos and Kurt and Anquan and Calais and Darnell, Doc, Antrell Roll and all the boys up there. That was an amazing experience. Also winning our first playoff game there against the Falcons 2 weeks prior.
That was the Larry playoffs, by the way. Any receiver should just look at that and be like, that's how I need to play
That
them.
was the Cardinals playoffs. We had a great run. And I would say my first game there in 2007, the inaugural game, you're in the most innovative stadium, the first stadium to have a retractable field, moving in and out. We had just left from Sun Devil Stadium, and it was
got the upgrade of a lifetime, right?
It was tough playing in September out there at Sun Devil Stadium, man. And then now you're inside in these wonderful conditions. That was also really fun. And then you remember other people's big moments too. I remember Beanie Wells kind of breaking the franchise rushing record in a game. I remember, Chandler Jones going crazy with 3.5 sacks in the game, and I don't know, weird things come to mind.
David Johnson when you look at, running up and down the sidelines.
David Johnson balling out, running the ball, catching the ball.
Did he throw you a touchdown?
Threw me a touchdown. This was later. That wasn't his rookie year. But yeah, a lot of really cool memories.
They're good memories, aren't they?
Yeah, they're all positive.
Does it seem like a lifetime ago?
No, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't seem like it's that long ago. But going back was cool. Be able to sit up there and watching Buda Baker flying around, making plays still, and watching Marvin do his thing and seeing Trey McBride just be the dominant force that he is. It's like, there's a lot of things you just sit back and you're appreciative to be able to watch and witness.
All right, as a fellow receiver, how would you look at Marvin Jr.? I feel like there were some unfair expectations on him a little bit, and people thought he should have all these numbers. But when you look at the numbers, I mean, it was a good year for a rookie receiver. How'd you look at it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a really good year, and I look back to my rookie year and like how much better and dominant of a player he was than I was as a rookie. I didn't have nearly the pressure or the stress, that he had. I came in, it was uncertain who was going to play quarterback. He's got an all-pro quarterback in K1, right? And then I also had the luxury of having, from the year past, Anquan was the rookie of the year. He had 1,400 yards, over 100 catches, 8 touchdowns.
That took a lot of pressure off.
I took a ton of pressure. Like, he didn't have that luxury of coming in here with a solidified, bona fide number one, and you kind of just slide in and kind of just toe test it a little bit. No, he was thrown right in as the number one option from day one. He walked in the building.
And other teams treated him like that. They bracketed him all day.
All day. And, so I didn't experience that. So, I think he did an unbelievable job. Obviously, there's things that he will want to improve on, but I think he put a really, really good rookie campaign out there.
You mentioned K1. What did you see from him that goes to show you that he can be this franchise quarterback moving forward?
Well, yeah, I mean, he balled. I mean, I think he was a lot more consistent this year. I know he's got a lot of good football ahead of him, and I haven't been around him for 5 years, but I hear a lot of good things about him in the locker room, and the steps he's taken as a leader, and his love and passion for the game is still high as it's ever been. So I'm excited about the future. Monty's done a great job of constructing that roster. Obviously, the defensive front was decimated early in the year, and the way that defense performed all year consistently, and I don't care what the score of the games were, like, they were always fighting their ass off every single week. Every single week, just so much fire in them. And you got to love a team that plays with that kind of passion.
I found a photo the other day from 2017. Devin interviewing you on If You Took My Mic at your softball game, was interviewing you. Larry, he was at your waist.
Yeah.
Now he's taller than you, correct?
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
Time flies, man. It's great just kind of see your kids, doing things that they like to do, and being able to watch him and trying to help him, follow his own dreams and passions, right? And
but you let him do his thing, though, right? Because you're that dad on the sideline, though, that get pretty fiery, though.
Yeah,
when you see it.
I love to see it, but I'm not the one that's going to be in his ear all the time about this, that, and the third. I want to make sure that our relationship as father and son is always A1, and that's most important to me.
Yeah.
And I will, if he asks me, for my opinion on things, I'll give it to him. But I don't want to be his coach. I don't want to be, somebody who's critiquing him all the time. I'm happy. He's a really good kid. He's got great grades. He keeps his nose clean, and like the things that are most important, he does all the right things.
You said once, I think later in your career, you pulled up a picture of you at Pitt. You're like, man, I don't recognize that guy, but I wish I could give him X and X and this advice. Mm-hmm. Do you give your son kind of that advice, things you learned, or do y'all talk about things like that? Just, hey man, I made all these mistakes. Now here's what I can give you, and you go do it, right?
Absolutely. He's a 10 times better version than I was at 17 years old. He's a better student. I think he's a lot more conscientious and thoughtful. He's a better teammate. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger, he's better looking.
You okay saying that?
Yeah, he's got a lot more than I had at that age. I mean, okay. I'm just looking and
sure.
And then also he's got the advantage of I've experienced what he's trying to accomplish, so I can help him navigate some of the pitfalls that not only I've had, but I've seen other people make. He's already managing his own money. He's got a Fidelity, E-Trade account that he's, managing the money. Like, so he's just a lot further along than I ever was at that point.
And he listened to you, right?
He listens most of the time.
Okay.
He listens most of the time. Yeah. I tell him, hey, you need to stay away from the girls.
Okay.
Focus on the school and the ball. So he listens to most things, but he's got to scrape his knees up a little bit too.
We'll get you out here on this just because I heard you say this a minute ago. What do people name their pets after you?
No, it's funny that I see people
still to this day.
Notes. No, maybe not, but some of the dogs and cats are much older now.
Okay,
like 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
they're not moving around as well, like me, moving around slow now, you know. But
I feel like you can still catch some passes.
I can catch a pass as long as I don't have to run. I'll catch it still. I still got good hands.
So what do people tell you? Like, hey, this is my cat named Fitz. This is Larry.
Yeah.
Dog.
Or they send me pictures, like, you know, to like writing me letters and things.
Yeah.
They send me pictures, and so it's cool to see that.
Anything come to mind that's really memorable from a fan over the years? Because that's the thing. I went back in our archives, and man, so many times at a game, you played catch with the kid. I remember in Green Bay one year, this kid was crying next to his dad because he was freezing. We were all freezing in Green Bay. You just started tossing the ball with him, and he stopped crying. Like that was always something you made a point to do.
I was that kid, though. I mean, I'll never forget, you know, before a game, Barry Sanders talking to me, asking me how my grades are, or, you know, Michael Irvin, you know, putting his hands up to mine at the beginning. He said, "Man, you're a big kid. What position you play?" Like, receiver. Put your hands up. And you remember Michael Irvin, right? Like literally before he about to go out and play in the game, doing that to me. And Jerry Rice, you know, giving me his gloves after a game at a Metrodome game. So like, the guys treated me so well, it actually like made me want to do that much more, right? You know, and be that kind of person if I ever experienced it with other people. So, and I was just, you know, modeling what I saw. You know?
You always look forward to doing that. Always.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, you see the young people, and you know, they got your jersey on, and you know, they're excited to be able to spend time with you, and like, you know, you want to give them something that they could be thankful for, and you know, they will remember.
It was nice to be out here. It's especially nice to be out here when there's no hell.
Last year was miserable,
Last year was tough, man. It was real rough to be out here. But the game's been a little rough of late, but you know, it's always good to be back out here walking the fairways.
What you up to these days? I see your son's getting a bunch of offers. What's that like as a dad?
It's fun. You know, it's great to be able to see your kids be able to achieve some of the things that they set goals out to. Obviously, he's nowhere near where he wants to be, and so he knows there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I'm excited that he's willing and dedicated to be able to do that. He had a great visit to ASU last week. Got a chance to see Kenny yesterday before he was doing his putting event for charity, and you know, it's great to catch up. And I wanted to congratulate him on an amazing year. Yeah, I'm still pissed off about that targeting call. That was horrible, man. They should have been playing for you know, for the national championship. But what he's building over there is something really special. Marcus and Hines and all the coaching staff, they've done an unbelievable job.
Yeah. How about your boy D Book becoming the Suns' all-time leading scorer?
Well, I mean, it was just a matter of time, man. You know, Book is special, man. He checks all the boxes in terms of, you know, person and community ambassador, and obviously a great basketball player. He got screwed on the All-Star, but I mean, he takes it in stride, and you know, I'm really looking forward to, you know, seeing him finish his career hopefully in Phoenix.
Get you out there on this next year around this time. You could get the call from Ken. You thought about that at all?
No, I mean, if it happens, it happens.
It's gonna happen.
No, I mean, I don't count my chickens before they hatch.
I'll count them for you.
I'll be grateful, but you know, if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't.